What's happening, Captain? It's your boy, man, YP Thomas. YP Motivations, helping you recognize your power and using it to motivate others. Here with your Wednesday motivation, man. I'll catch you guys a little bit later than usual. I had a nice little workout. The wifey wanted me to get on the grill, so I hopped on the grill, whipped up something real quick, and now I'm getting to you guys, man. Uh, Hopefully, after you get your Empire in, got it on DVR, I'm gonna check that out in a minute. But after you get through watching that, maybe you'll need something to motivate you, or maybe you'll be looking for something to motivate you. And I hope I do reach you in that way, man. So the last 3 weeks, I missed you guys last week, but the week before that, we talked about um, having the three things that are non-negotiable. And we started this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we talked about having your faith, your hope, and your love. We already talked about faith. It's the substance. It's what you're made of, man. It's that hurt, that pain that you went through. It's the joys and the great times. It's the bad times, the highs and the lows, the valleys and the mountain peaks that you went through that developed your faith to help you know that you can take on anything and nothing can shake you. And we talked about your hope, and we understood that hope is the substance of things. I'm sorry, faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? So without hope, if you're hoping for nothing, then you can't apply your faith to anything. So hope is a very vital instrument. You cannot negotiate your faith or your hope. And the last one is your love. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, man. Your love. Listen to me. There's three things that are non-negotiable, right? I want to reiterate that. You may hear me when you watch these videos say that over and over again, right? Because I want to reiterate that, and I want it to get engraved in your mind that it's three things that you cannot negotiate on, man. You can waive it. There's a lot of things that move. In the scripture where it talks about faith, hope, and love, it says, "And now abideth," and abideth means to just stay. There's a lot of things that move in your life. Your friends move, people that come in through seasons. You have seasons in your life. Different things continue to move. Different things continue to happen. Different things are always happening around you and always moving around you. Friendships can be shiesty. Family can be shiesty. Situations can get shiesty. Situations can become troublesome. Situations can become heartaching. Situations can become depressing, and all of that stuff is always moving. Then you have times where it's good and it's bad and it's good and it's bad and it's good and it's bad and it's just moving and it's all over the place. But these three things, man, no matter what, if you hold on to these three things, it will always bring you through whatever you're going through. So like I said, we talked about faith, we talked about hope, but listen to me, man. Listen to me. This is so important. Love. It says in the scripture, it says, "Now abideth faith, hope, and love. And of all these things, the most important is love." Why is the most important love? Because if you don't have the power, and notice I said power, if you don't have the power to love yourself, there's no way you can hope for anything. And if you're not hoping, there's no way you can have faith to apply to your hope that you're looking for. Let me help you understand it, man. Love makes you hope and have your faith. The love for yourself. When you stop loving yourself, you've given up on life. You've given up on yourself. When you start not loving yourself, you start accepting failure. You start accepting heartache. You start accepting people telling you how great you'll be or how great you won't be. And when I say how great you'll be, you determine your greatness on what people say about you. So if people tell you that you won't be great, you believe that you won't be great. So you're letting people tell you how great you can be. If you don't have a love for yourself, you won't hope for anything. You don't have dreams or aspirations or desires, because when you love yourself, you want more for yourself. It's just like a spouse. When you love that spouse, man, you always want to do something more for them. You always want them to have the best. You always want to reach out and give them more. When you talk about children, you always want that child to grow up to have the things that you may not have had, or you always want them to grow up and give them more and let them have a happy life. You're talking about that love that's unconditional. When you don't love yourself, you don't look for better for yourself. So you don't hope, you don't dream, you don't wish, you don't attack goals, you don't set goals, you don't go after goals, you don't try to accomplish things because you don't love yourself anymore. You don't have love enough for you to take care of yourself in order to make people around you and things around you better. That's why love is so important. That's why love is such a big thing. That's why love is the most important thing out of everything that we've talked about, right? Because if you don't love yourself, then you can't love others. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. So it says in the word, love thyself or love your neighbor as you would want your neighbor to love you. In those words, love thy neighbor as you would want them to love you. Treat your neighbor as you would want them to treat you. Now, see, a lot of us are at doing exactly that. We're loving people based off of how we love ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We hate who we are. We hate the person we are. We hate who we've become. We hate our life. We hate what's around us. So if we hate ourselves, we love people out of that hate and out of that anger. That's why you always are upset or mad or frustrated about something, and you love off of that hate. If you feel that you're depressed, you love yourself through a depression. You love to be depressed. Then you love people out of a state of depression. You're always telling them, well, be careful with that because something may go wrong, or you're saying negative things, and it's out of you're trying to say that it's out of love or out of concern, but because you love yourself through depression, that's how you love other people. Man, love is so important. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect other people to love you? If you can't love yourself, how can you expect to show their spouse or their significant other how they should love you? If you can't love yourself, how can you expect somebody to respect you enough to love you? Love is the most important thing. If you don't love yourself, you've given up on life. You've given up on yourself. These three things are non negotiable: your faith, your hope, and your love. And the most important thing is your love. If you don't love yourself, you cannot hope and desire, and you cannot dream for better. You can't want for better. You can't go after better. You can't press yourself to be better because you don't love yourself and you're satisfied with the mediocre life that you have, and you have no passion and no drive to push yourself and have hopes and dreams in order to apply the faith in your life and the faith that God gave you, and the faith that you can walk on, the faith that you can stand on, the faith that anchors your soul, the hope that anchors your soul. You can't use either one of those because you lack the love for yourself. Your faith, your hope, your love. These three things are non negotiable. They must abide, they must stay, they must be in your presence, they must consume you at all times. No matter how many hard times you go through, how many trials you go through, those three things have to stay focused on your mind, and you'll get through anything. Man, I love you guys. I got so much more for you, man. I'm gonna start talking about manifestation, the art of manifestation. Studying this cat, man. And it's funny because I call him a cat, but he's really my best friend. His cat named Daryl Davenue. Y'all need to get on him, man. Start looking at his posts and stuff on Facebook. This man is talking about some deep stuff. I've been studying with him. He's been doing some stuff at the church, man, and he's opening my eyes about manifestation. I want to share that stuff with you guys. Man, listen, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your support. I hope this blesses you. I hope this helps you out throughout your day. This Wednesday motivation hump day, baby. Tomorrow, Thursday, we almost out of here. But man, be positive, be positive, be positive, be positive. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. Get rid of negative people around you. Consume positive people around you. Man, YP Thomas, YP Motivation, recognizing your power, using it to help others. Wednesday motivation. I'm out.